commanding grip. My touch can set the very earth alight.
As good as a new penny. A stitch in time, eh, my friends? Blizzard of arrows! Such relief! Assault from the air! Explosive flames! You can thank me later. A stitch in time, eh, my friends? Now this is valuable. Warm as dragon's breath! Baking like a cake.
Cursed frost!
My blood turns to ice within my veins. Did someone leave an oven door open? Baking like a cake.
Did someone leave an oven door open?
This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather.
Just the one coin for me.
7's my lucky number, so 7 it is.
And back to me. I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the flop. King of clubs. Queen of diamonds. Finally, Ace of bloody spades again.
Did someone leave an oven door open?
With 5 big ones.
And they a lovely sight up there, all in a row. Strung 'em up myself, I did. Each of the little darlings. A sweeter sight I couldn't ask for. I never did much care for the term myself. I'm more of a caretaker, you see. The world's a wild place, unpredictable at best. But here, upon these gallows, there's peace, calm. I keep the order, and my little ones stay in line. Condemned in this life, perhaps, but when they come to rest in my nooses, their sins are washed away. These aren't thieves and murderers and traitors, you see. After I've lain them to rest here, they're pure as angels. My little angels.
Let's have another
Most of them, yes, but that's far from my only order of business. Our great Queen Grachilda is no stranger at getting her claws bloody, and she'll not hesitate to pluck out a pair of eyes what looked at her sideways. I handle all the dreaming dears when she's done with them all the same. Whether they're my little ones or hers makes no difference. I'm happy to bring 'em here to rest among me and mine. It should be an honour. Where ought we to start? Paulie came first, the little rogue. A human he was, and Grachilda ordered him hanged while Jarl was out on the hunt. He was the first I got to tuck in myself since coming to this town.
big ones.
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. The fussy little dear didn't want to go to sleep. No, no. Kicked and screamed, he did. But he started to calm down a bit after I strung him up, as I knew he would. And soon he was fast asleep. Gunnar, you mean? He was one of Grachilda's. After some impertinent question or other, I believe it was. Impertinent questions. A plague among we orcs they are, ending more death than horn rot these days. Well, Grachilda dispatched him, but it was I who collected the great heavy deer and strung him up here. Grachilda said he'd be a warning to the others, but I think he's a great addition to the family, to boot. He does look a lovely sort of pale green colour, don't he? Like a dusty ancient jade. Beautiful. Oh, my little Tierlo. He was a sweet one right from the start. A thief, I think he was in his last life, but he accepted what was to come easy as pie. The guards handed him to me, limp as a doll and shivering with fright. I strung him up nice and slow, so as not to worry the poor dear.
It doesn't take much to send Grachilda over the edge, does it?
Look how it
Who'd have
skulks around.
thought the
Neither
greatest
orc nor
threat to the
enlightened.
Immaculates
I'll
would be
bet
one
no
of their
one would even
own?
notice if it... You there, tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days, after all. I am a servant to the goddess, of course. One of the first among her enlightened in Revellon, and certainly the most devoted. I've scoured the region for unworthy souls, and am quite efficiently cleansing the land of lost ones great and small. How much better the lost serve her as bone automatons! My expertise as a necromancer is unmatched, you know. I've a success rate is nearing 99%. They end up with their brains a bit, well, scrambled. You can find such a fellow opining over skulls somewhere around here. One of my more harmless false steps, I think.
Cool. Let's have another round before I get too drunk to read the cards.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? human reinforcements. No need for a supple young kitten like yourself here. My rats will find the villagers in no time at all. What? Do I look like his secretary? And even if I were, with my head in a tight little bun and my quill at the ready, the All-Mother doesn't share her every concern with me, you know. No, those she whispers to her pillow at eventide, when only the feathers can hear her.
I get all the
See how these rats made it.
Oh, even the lonely bears are
Oi! Barkeep! What's it all got to do to get another rat?
Not more faithful than a rat. It never rains, but it pours, eh?
4 o'clock.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway?
Ain't there something behind here?
Plates and rubbish. I ain't a bleeding maid.
The orcs tore through this place like wild pigs.
Hey, do you already check beneath these boards? Feel anything strange underfoot? The orcs insist there's a cellar here, but we haven't found so much as a hole for squatting. Someone got the brilliant inkling that the missing villagers are hiding in a secret cellar. This was their home, but there's no sign of anything more than orcish garbage here. The wizard servants they were, and the great queen goon of the orcs thinks they'll know how to get inside the wizard's house. Even if they don't, I suppose she hopes to cut them down, same as the rest of their kin. There's nothing to find in this bleeding dump.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
Where could a gaggle have scared?
I haven't got a
My
hole in
kingdom for a
pocket,
dry
have
shirt!
Is it against orcish custom to take a dip?
What a deluge.
Well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused, Pinky. The armory key. Hand it over. Painting my toenails pale lilac, of course. What does it look like, you ape? I'm hunting for a missing key. I'm the All-Mother's right hand. If there's something she needs done by someone she knows can do it, I'm the one she calls. This little key ordeal, don't change that.
It's for love, would they?
Small, metal, fixing a keyhole. Help us look or shove off, will ya? I've got to find the key before the old mother finds out it's missing, or she'll carve a spear at me right tusk.
So the key to the armory is missing. It could prove rather worth our time to find it.
Source hunter, scavenger hunter. For
It's
better
all
or
mother,
worse, our
they say.
resumes are
The
growing.
humans the one who took it.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's mead.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
I do promise we'll make it out of here. Together.
If you say so, I believe it.
That's the spirit. Yes. We've got to keep our hopes high, but our defences even higher. We shouldn't meet like this again for some time. But remember, above all, above anything you might hear,
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
Resk, you've got to the count of 1 to kneel before me.
Mother! You!
fellas.
Did someone leave an open door
I
open?
know I drank all the best ale, but that's no reason to keep ignoring me. King of clubs.
No,
Bacon
go
like
screw
toast.
yourself with a rusty mace, why don't you?
Finally!
Goddesses!
Ace of
Parts.
bloody space!
Shut your mouth and
I'm more or less fresh
I'll
up
open
and
with
wide.
5 big ones.
What are you, a beggar? I'll add another 10 to the tally.
Bugger me sideways, I'm
If I
out!
find the orc Tubberlord that did this, I'm feeding him his own nethers.
I feel like
All
I've
the way
just
to
had
my
a
boot
long
soles.
bath in a cold lake.
I need to dry
kingdom
off.
for a dry shirt!
Oh, I wish there were other bottoms that go up around here.
Oi! The all-mothers is small boats connected, doesn't she? Tell her to stay in the warehouse.
Tell the old mother you've got a problem with her judgment if you feel so strongly about it.
A glass of your finest.
Of course, it'll be for a moment.
You only got the right side
Could
because
have
the old mother
sworn
feels sorry
that
for you.
rat just winked at me. I suppose. Only matters
Oh, a new immaculate face in town. What a pleasure to serve you. I've a deal running now. Double the whiskey for any... What about it? I can't say I know a thing about the armoury, but safe bringing the occasional flagon to the guards there. But I've delivered a drink from barracks to bridge in the course of my work.
All the better. Thirst does so magnify one's craving for goblin flesh, as the saying goes.
Who do you think it was what took Gorig's all? Very boy, no. Why are you so...
You've got to the count of 1 to kneel before me. You're looking rather fleshy. Have you always been such a gluttonous idler?
Oh, Mother.
You ought to make use.
Come now. No need to disturb the All-Mother with this little trifle. I'll tell you what I know, and it happens to be quite a lot. I did happen upon the key while I was making my rounds. I wasn't sure to what end the orcs were using that armoury, so I thought it best to keep its keys safe and sound. It's in a locked chest in the cellar below this very tavern. The key to the chest is yours, but I beg you not to reveal my treachery. I've grown rather attached to my eyelids after all. What can I do you for? Now there's a man apart from the rest, even among their kind. He's a strange sort. nurses the same flagon of whiskey for an hour and sits in the corner by himself. Oh, but the lack of company don't keep him from making conversation. Always muttering beneath his sour breath he is, or arguing some point of his left hands against the better sense of the right. I tell you, someone like that's twice as terrifying as one of these big ornery brutes. At least you can see their clubs coming down in time to jump out the way. That I am! But I'll tell you, I never served a lot quite like these Goliaths. They drink like elephants and pay like... well, they don't pay at all. Then again, I can't say I mind this little arrangement too terribly. The happier they are, the longer I evade the rack and the screw. Each glass brings us closer to the last of the whiskey, though. My bowels shrink when I think what'll happen when we get to the bottom of the last barrel. We've already exhausted the tavern supply, but I've been pilfering from my old buddy Glenn's stores. I doubt he'll mind, seeing as he was one of the first orcs sunk their claws into. Now, that was a man dedicated to fine liquor. Knew all there was to know about distilling whiskey, he did. Oh, what I'd give for a barrel of Glenn's good stuff now. These orcs wouldn't know what hit them.
A bit of study is downright edifying.
Oh, edifying. Naughty dog. Ought I call you all father now?
Better quit that blasphemy.
Was Herschel trying to blow us to bits? Well, we've got the key in any case. Now to return it to one worthy party or other.
Or have a look at that armory ourselves. I'll bet these soldiers keep a fine collection of equipment.
What can I do you for?
That rat just winked at me.
What? You opened the chest and you said... That is, you must have found the key, no? Excellent! I don't know a thing about a trap, but you're quite fine, I see. I'm glad!
It could happen at any moment.
Indeed, old mother. Of course.
We might have done the same in his shoes, the poor soul.
Heave that sack of rot in time.
The events here in Hunter's Edge have driven him to the brink of sanity. One can hardly blame him for trying to eliminate an immaculate.
Most pleasure.
Who do you think it was what took Goring's all? Well, if I know, why are you so
The events in this village, yeah, the events in this village, The events in this village are... Oh, gods, how I pray for this waking nightmare to end.
You've got to the count of 1 to kneel before me. Freshen this.
Of course, oh mother, of course.
What do you call that, kid? Oh, goodness. Is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do.
You're just that handsome, are you?
Even the vermin take notice.
Not even the old man can pass this stealing aside. You have it in your very possession, you say. Prove it. I find it rather unlikely that... Have humans yet crafted a beverage that doesn't taste like pus? Or even the old man...
Did you think it was what took Gordon's home? Any boy, no. Why are you so...
We ought to give her the key.